Okay, this one is a very, very powerful tool. You can use it all over the place. Here's a short, simple example of how we'd use it. It's called vlookup. Over here you have your list of items for sale. These are all the items you sell, and this is how much you sell them for. So you got your items and cost per pound. Apples cost $2.50 per pound, coconuts 50 cents. They're not very expensive. Melons 75 cents. They're big. They don't cost a lot. You know how it goes. Tangerines, wow, that's an expensive fruit. And I don't know why, because nobody likes them. But anyway, over here you wanted to have an opportunity for people, yourself or whoever, to enter whatever fruit they're looking up, and this will tell them what is the price for it. So I've set up a drop-down list that'll give me a choice of all of these fruits. And whichever one I choose pears, it'll tell me how much price. It's looking up in this list. What's the price for pears? It's $3.50. What's the price for melons? It's 75 cents. What's the price for coconuts? 50 cents per pound. So how did I get that? I'm not going to go into the drop-down list. That's something we don't really have time for, but here's the formula for vlookup. I put vlookup. The first item in my argument is going to be the cell that's going to contain the information I'm looking up. So I'm going to select I2, which is this cell right here, and it's going to be using my drop-down list. So it's going to say, okay, I'm looking here, and the next argument is what is the array or columns of data that are going to contain the coconuts that I'm looking up and the price that I want to find. Not the coconuts, anything. So I select these two columns, entire columns, D through E. You could just as easily select a smaller range, but it's got to contain both columns. The next argument after the comma is the number 2. That's because I wanted to look in this column and I want to find this, the price that's associated with whatever is on the left. So if it finds coconuts, it's going to tell me 50 cents, etc. And this is the second column of my array. So I start with 1, 2. So I put the number 2. If I had a third column and that's what I was trying to find, I would put 3. Note something here. The first column must contain the items that you are trying to find. So it's got to start here and include this column, and then another comma, and then it's either going to be true or false. I pretty much always put false. False means that you're looking for the exact same value. Sometimes it's close and you would put true, but I never use that. So it's false, close bracket, and that's your vlookup formula.